All right, everybody. Hello. Hello. Wait, say something?
Hello.
Hello. All right, perfect. You're in there.
Perfect.
well, are you like, are you off starting soon?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Oh, well, hello, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to the S.M.A.R.T podcast. That's super mega awesome radio talk. And today I'm joined with none other than Fish once again. And we are going to be discussing a lot of things on our topic today. One in particular is what again?
Well, I got a list here. Uh, some of it is Sony and the
Yeah,
shit they've been doing so far. That is one of the topics.
yeah, that's what I put here. PlayStation discussion. I guess that's pretty much the best way to title it. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's good
Pretty
to have you
much.
back onto the show.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
What other things do you have to plan on getting off your chest here?
Well, okay. Well, first, before we even continue on the other topics, let's just start off that overlay. Thank you. I know. I love my overlay. I love it. Um, what was that about? Oh yeah. Sony. First thing is they talked about for the PlayStation 6 having an all digital controller essentially.
Ah, yeah,
Um, they're planning on removing the physical buttons and having a digital overlay or like a digital screen essentially on the controller. Me, I don't like that because that's just more configuration you'd have to do. But then again, yeah,
yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm okay with it from my end. I think it's actually kind of cool. Just saying, just a little bit.
it's cool. Yes, it's the fact that it adds an extra step essentially to hello. Ah,
Hello.
thank you for the gift sub.
Oh
Thank
wow!
you
Look at
and
that.
and you sub it to Bats. Hey, there you go, Bats.
Very nice.
Enjoy the gift sub, and it looks like we actually reached our sub goal. Actually, 10 sub. Nice.
This is
Congrats to you all.
wow. That
Um,
is one hell of an overlay you got there. That's really cool.
thanks.
Yeah.
Um, what was I saying now? Oh yeah, the controller.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea in concepts, like in practice.
Yes.
Like it's great you can configure how the buttons lay out to your liking. However, I can already see issues arising, like if they get a brand new console and say the controller doesn't turn on like out of the box, the screen doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
So then it just adds another layer, another unnecessary layer to an already simplistic esque system.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I don't know. My stance. I like to have things physical, which actually kind of leads into my next topic about Sony, them getting rid of actual discs and being all digital, which I
Yes.
get, but that also means that they can adjust prices on their own and not let the people adjust price. Basically, it gives them more power to do stuff essentially.
And there, you lose the physicality of being able to. Oh my goodness! Everybody playing me their Ghost Sharks right now. Congrats to you all for doing that. I would say that uh, the physicality aspect of having the discs no longer be present. I mean, I get that when they end up basically having systems being obsolete. However, this is not that kind of case. Instead, this is pretty much a reformatted, or at least in this case, a complete shutdown of something that's been physical in like for so many years. That's like
Right.
um that's like when we had VHS and then they shut that down and put into the CDs. After they had the CDs, now they put into DVDs. And now everything is just all digital.
See, okay, so the transition though from VHS to CD to DVD to Blu-ray, that all made sense because those could hold more data, thus it made sense to switch over. The only
Exactly.
issue with being a digital only market, you're relying on said company, say Sony,
Hmm.
um, it- to keep their systems up and stable enough and their servers up and running at all times 24/7. Which, if you guys didn't know, about a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago, Sony servers were down for at least 24 hours.
I saw that.
And that was right after they made the announcement that they were going digital or all digital. And they just proved a point that it's going to be hard to go digital only because of that. You're relying on them to keep servers going and everything up and running for them to even be digital only.
Yeah, I've run into some problems too, where it's like, at least if something happens to the game digitally, you still have the physical copy, which will not end up getting corrupted unless otherwise it does end up getting corrupted from for some reason. That's why it's always
Right,
good to
and
have the physical copies of available for PlayStation games.
right, and I think Xbox did it the is doing it the best right now when it comes to digital. Because if Xbox servers are down, granted you can't play online, but you can still play all your single player games. Whereas Sony, when their servers go down, you cannot play anything, single player or multiplayer, because everything is tied online. With
Exactly.
Xbox, yes, it's tied online, but it also is tied to your account. So if online is shut down, you still have your single player games to play no matter what.
Yeah, that's one thing, unfortunately, that I don't exactly agree with when it comes with the digital aspect. Because I honestly, I kind of stopped buying digital games. I just go when I have the PlayStation Plus, and then I'll just use whatever games are there available. I basically come to the conclusion of I'm not going to buy any more physical, or well, in this case, I'm not buying even physical games because I went on to PC. So now pretty much all my purchases end up coming from Steam. However, there are some physical games that I do end up having, like Resident Evil 4 and Final Fantasy X, that I don't mind having as a physical copy. Let me ask you a question though. If you have the physical copies, will they not be able to read them now that they're going all digital?
Depends. Sony, their new console, they've already confirmed that there's not going to be a disc tray. There's not going to be a disc tray in the new one. So we can already say that that's going to be long said and done.
Okay,
Xbox, they are still planning to have both a full on digital console and a disc tray console. As far as rumors are saying, this is all speculation at the moment. That could
of
all
course.
change in the future. Um, but they are testing out a feature. At least Xbox is. They are testing out a feature right now where if you input, say, your digital or your disc into an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X, if you insert that game, it will give you the license to that game. It will give you a digital license to that game when you insert it.
Hmm.
So then you don't have to put the disc back in. However, if you end up selling that game, if you end up selling that disc to someone else,
Yes.
um, then that license will get transferred over to the new owner, the new console, once
Oh,
they insert
really?
that disc into the new
Wow.
console. So it's
Huh.
gonna be like how it was before, when if you had a game in your hand and you're like, I want to get rid of this now, and you give it to your friend. That's
Hmm.
It's basically the same thing as that now. We're just going back to that.
Interesting. I mean, I could see on one hand how that would work. Thing is, though, is that now that all this, you know, big technical stuff is happening here, I could definitely now seeing people switching over from PlayStation to Xbox in the up and coming year. Which is why for me, it's like for me personally, I'm stopping at the PlayStation 5, and that's where I stop. I'm not going to get any more. I don't see the need for it. The 5 was the most biggest hype that I ever had, and I had just recently got it last year, and I'm good with that. I've been trying to get one throughout the whole pandemic, but of course, shout out to all you scamming scalpers out there during the pandemic who try to flip the prices and double it up more than your fair share because you're greedy as hell. I honestly see it as basically, I would say my final run as far as PlayStation goes, because I'll be honest with you, I have almost every single I have almost every single gaming console known to man, except for 64, Dreamcast, and GameCube. Oh no, of course Xbox. I don't have any Xbox console, but I mean, I'm a PlayStation guy, so
I will say though, if you do end up getting, like say an Xbox, I will definitely recommend. I know it's not supported anymore. Definitely get the 360. Play some of those 360 games,
yes.
or or actually no, don't do that because um, Xbox, the goats that they are right now, they are gonna be adding uh OG Xbox and Xbox 360 games onto PC Game Pass, so you can
Oh,
play all the classics on PC now. It's gonna be a slow introduction, but they're gonna be adding more and more games through the months to come.
that actually
Sounds
sounds.
good, hun.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
So, that actually sounds great. Considering because it was one game that I did play on the Xbox that I actually thought it was really really fun to end up playing, and it was definitely honestly worth it. I would definitely have to say Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 were definitely good games to play onto the Xbox. Now that I have them on Steam, I'm all good. But like I said before, when it comes with PlayStation games, I'm basically done. Um, I may or may not figure out how I push out for Claire Obscure 33 when I do it. I'll
Right.
probably go off for PC, but then again, it is on PlayStation. Uh, given that, when I do streams and stuff like that, it goes, both half half. It goes PlayStation and it goes on uh, OBS with Steam on the PC. So I'm still fortunate enough for that. As far as Xbox though, I don't know where I'm going to fall in line with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because I've never really been a big Xbox guy. I've always been a PlayStation person. Ever since the PlayStation 1. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I stand. But if I were to ever switch over to Xbox, I would just go do the PC Xbox gaming because I already have an account on there anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean you're already gonna have a lot, if not all, of the Xbox games on PC Game Pass anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's and they're gonna be they just said they're adding more to the list as the weeks and months go on. So it's like you might as well just buy a subscription to PC Game Pass, which I think is like $9.99. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Um, and just play the games on there.
Yeah, that seems fair because I've seen a lot of their wide selection when it comes with Xbox, and it's not that bad of a list. Granted, PlayStation has games that the Xbox doesn't, and vice versa. But I mean, that's just how they, both function. I would definitely think about taking advantage into that. Once basically PlayStation, I wouldn't want to say fully kicks the bucket, but I definitely see PlayStation going down that route, given the fact of how they're
And
doing things recently.
yeah, I was gonna say the way that they're running things right now, they're definitely on their way to losing millions of dollars in sales.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the PlayStation people have spoken that they're not gonna support PlayStation really anymore if they continue to do this.
Hmm. I mean, that's just how it goes. You lose your fan base, and then that's how it's gonna eventually go. You don't have a foundation to pick yourself up from.
Yeah, and that's what happened with Xbox. Um, During the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Xbox was doing really well up until the announcement of the Xbox One,
Hmm.
because all they kept talking about was watching TV while gaming. TV, TV, TV. That's not what gamers want.
No, I
And they
mean,
quickly
well,
reverted that back, but
what do you
shit.
mean watching TV while gaming? You elaborate on that. What do you mean by that?
So, on the OG Xbox One, the very first console, and
Hmm.
not very first console, but the um they introduced a feature where you so on the back of the original Xbox One, there were two HDMI ports,
Hmm.
one for your TV, um, and then there was an HDMI in to plug in a cable box or something else, so you can like while you're gaming, you could snap a little like a picture in picture kind of thing.
Yeah,
You can have like a TV show running in the corner while you're gaming or doing something else. That's what they were trying to push because
yeah.
they were trying to make Xbox more of a entertainment center than a gaming console,
Hmm.
which is I think where they went wrong. Because if you're gonna buy a console, you're not gonna buy a console to fucking watch TV. Like no one's gonna buy a
Well, I
console just to watch TV.
mean, well, I mean, I do a little bit of both myself. I have my streaming platforms on my PlayStation, so I still use it as like a home theater kind of ordeal,
Well,
but I also
okay,
game at the
well,
same time.
streaming platforms that like I get, but I'm talking like watching live TV, watching cable TV while gaming.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
That because that's what they're trying to market it as is you can hook your cable box up into the HDMI in port, so you can both watch TV and game at the same time. And
Mm,
nobody wanted that.
no. What's up, Hector? Discussion. We are discussing about PlayStation and the possible downfall, or at least more or less transition over to Xbox gaming or streaming towards Steam uh, gaming that will, you know, let me ask you a big question here, Fish. I'm going to ask you a really big
Yeah,
question. Do you see PlayStation still running in the next 10 years?
unfortunately, yes. And
Really?
here's
Okay.
here's why. There's still so I'm gonna take Xbox as the example here.
Okay.
Xbox was going downhill since the Xbox One, and you could see that they kept making these big moves, thinking this is gonna change the game. Fucking what's his face, Phil? He kept buying big companies, big studios to come in and make games.
Thanks,
They made
Phil.
barely fuck all. I know, and they made fuck all games.
Uh,
Um, and the games they did make were mid at best.
mhm.
So when Asha took over, thank the fucking lord that Asha took over. She um basically dropped. I think she dropped like 12 studios. Granted, she didn't drop
Wow.
them in as like a bad way though. They actually went on doing their own thing, or they got acquired by other companies.
Okay.
So it's not like she just left them to die.
Right.
um, she made sure that they were good before they were dropped off, at
Yeah.
least.
Hmm.
So thank God. Um, she made some big changes to management, which, by the way, if you think about management, right? If you want the quickest way to get an answer from management back to you, right? If you
Hmm.
had a question about something, you'd want the answer kind of quick.
Fairly quick. Yeah. I don't want to
Um,
go through a system of a chain of command or any of that. Pass it along. You figure it out. You pass it along. You figure it out. No, just give me the answer. You all know it, I'm sure.
yeah, apparently, w- with Phil being the head of Xbox, there was approximately 12 to 17 lines of management before they got to like the top boss. And
Wow.
that was terrible. With Asha, she said, "Fuck all that. We're going to have 5 at most."
Oh my.
And 2 gaming studios are going to be reporting directly to her because she wants shit to get done and done right. And the two studios that are reporting directly to her are Mojang and Bethesda.
Oh yes.
Those 2 companies are reporting straight to her, nobody else. Every other company is going to have, or every other studio has their own management.
You know what sucks about that is I really like Bethesda. I really like their games.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
Asha tweeted out something. I don't remember how long it was, but she said that uh, she went over to Bethesda Studios and she play tested the new Elder Scrolls 6. Um, and she says that she's excited that she's excited for the community to have this in their hands soon.
Oh
And I
wow.
said soon. How soon we talking?
Hmm?
I'm hoping it's fairly soon because it's been, I don't know how long it's been since they first announced Elder Scrolls 6.
About as much time as they've been doing for GTA 6. Maybe even longer.
Hey, granted GTA 6 has a release date, so and Elder Scrolls 6 does not.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you take it into consideration for how long people have been, you know what? That'll be another topic of discussion one day. But oh my gosh, that the amount of wait time out for GTA 6 right after 5 was still in functionality makes me also question off for the demand for the PlayStation. When I was a wee little lad, I ended up having the PlayStation 2. And the only 3 games, as I mentioned before, that I had were God of War and Black Ops 2 and what else did I have? Shadow of Colossus. So I was playing those games and everybody else had already had their PlayStation 3s. Once things started getting in, and I'm like, you know what? I'll get a PlayStation 3. It is on sale. So I got the PlayStation 3. I have to say that the PlayStation 3 was the shortest. I would say it was the shortest used console that I have ever owned. Because right after that, I went right for the PlayStation 4. The timing was so perfect on it, and I didn't realize it at first. So then I got the PlayStation 4. That has to be my longest running console because I literally had just gotten the PlayStation 5 last year.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Unfortunately, I had to wait 5 years, but hey, 5 years well spent. I finally got one. The
Hey,
unfortunate
yeah.
side though is that, it probably won't even last for another 2, 3, maybe 4 more years. And then once the 6 comes out and then, the functionalities of the PlayStation 5 are basically going to go just as much as the PlayStation 3 and 4. By that point on, I'm just going to switch right over to PC immediately, like full time.
True.
Yeah. I mean, do you still see the PlayStation 5 as being uh a continuous thing, or you think they'll also fall just as much as the other ones did?
Um, I think the PlayStation 5 will still have life in it, like with the PlayStation 4. Like
Hmm.
even with the PlayStation 5 being out, the PlayStation 4 there were still so many people on there, and like they did not want to switch,
Yeah,
or they couldn't because fucking scalpers.
of course.
Um, I think the PlayStation 5 will still overshadow the PlayStation 6, even with the PlayStation 6's hardware capabilities and all that fun stuff. Um,
And and
and
and
I do think,
shout out real quick. Shout out to those scalpers out there. If you are a scalper, if you are a scalper out there, just know we don't like you. We never liked you, And whatever it is that you are scalping, you better knock it off immediately. If it's Pokemon cards, if it's gaming systems, whatever have you, you better knock it off because I swear to God, you are going to end up with a mob on your hand. That's not a threat. That's a promise.
Damn.
I mean, trust me.
Anyways,
If I had to say that for every single time that I saw a scalper, I'd probably lose my mind because, just seeing that alone, uh, with Pokemon cards is already insane enough, and then we already had to deal with that during the pandemic when we had the PlayStation 5 getting up to the thousands, and it only went for $499.95.
right.
Uh, what other
But
what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
one last thing on this PlayStation 6 thing before we move on.
Sure.
Um, I believe, and now this is my hot take here, so bear with me.
Okay.
I think Project Helix, Xbox's new console coming out, is going to vastly outperform PlayStation 6 greatly, and here's why. Um, Project Helix is a console PC hybrid, is
Mm-hmm.
what they are saying it is. So it is priced as a PC, it performs like a PC, and shaped like a console. So
Interesting.
it'll still come with a controller, but you can still hook up a keyboard and mouse, and you can launch Steam and play your Steam games on there, or launch Epic Games. Like it's a hybrid. It's gonna run Xbox and it's gonna run Steam.
The only problem that I see with that happening is you have too many things happening at once. For one, two, PlayStation
I bet you
has
they're gonna be running it. They're gonna be running it on Linux, or on a Linux based system,
okay.
just like how Steam OS is. Which we will talk about Steam OS here in a bit, but
So
it is based off of a Linux distro.
mhm, I would say that the reason why I don't have 100% confidence in it is the simple fact is that PlayStation has always just been known for streaming platforms and gaming. It is not a computer, although it does have the components of a computer hard drive. It internet is god awful. The connection is horrible, even on their internet browser. So there's no way possible unless they change that functionality completely to where you can end up being like, yeah, this works as the hybrid because like we have like 5-star internet and 5-star connection to where it will not crash, it will not lose any connectivity or anything like that. And then we could basically go back and forth from gaming to PC functionalities and everything like that. Like I would really need to see because like I said, I've been on internet browsers for the past 3 PlayStation, and each one of them was not good.
I think any console internet browser is not the greatest.
Hmm.
Um, Speaking from experience.
Yeah.
um, but no, I think what they'll probably do, and again, this is my guess for Project Helix, is they're gonna have a sort of main menu type deal
Hmm.
where it'll have Steam already pre-installed, or Epic already pre-installed, or whatever, what have you. They might even have their own little, like, quote unquote app store to download like those launchers from the internet, so you don't actually have to go on the internet to get them.
Right.
Again, this is my speculation. This is what I kind of want. This is what I want to see. So they might have one. They might have an option for Xbox, and it'll just launch you straight into the Xbox UI, or you can pick Steam, and it'll launch you to Steam Big Picture mode,
Hmm.
the controller friendly mode that they have.
Yeah.
Um, that again, that's just my thoughts. Those are my 2 cents on that. I hope that's what they do, is they just have it already pre-installed on there, preloaded. So all you got to do is log into your Steam account or log into your Xbox account, and boom,
Well, that sounds like a done deal.
hell yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I just hope that it's good. I mean, I'll still do what I do with, piggybacking off from both the console and off from PC. If it ever came down to the point to where I would end up having to do that for the hybrid, would have to see. Got- Do they even have like a price range speculated yet?
N- I don't think anything concrete at the moment.
Okay.
Actually, let me take a look. I'm actually curious about that.
Yeah.
Project Helix price. Oops, price prediction. Okay. So it sounds like they may have a standard base model, and then a high end model essentially.
Oh, okay.
So think like you're buying like a mid range PC to a high end PC essentially.
Right.
Um, so the standard base model is predicted to be around $800 to $900.
Right.
Choose And then the high end models are estimated to be about 1,000 to 1,200 due to it, and it says they're using next generation AMD components and high speed memory modules. So
Must be nice.
it must be nice. It better be nice.
It better be good. If it's not good, we check that out and we're gonna be like, well, all that money literally wasted.
Exactly. That's why I don't usually buy consoles until a year later, till I can see its performance actually.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
I usually do that too. I mean, well, my excuse was is that I was actually supposed to get my PlayStation 5 years ago, back in 2001, 2002. But then, of course, other stuff happened. But, but here we are. We have one.
yeah,
Took a while, but we
exactly.
have it. So, and it still works great.
Good.
Ah,
All right. Next topic.
yes,
The Steam
shifting gears.
Machine. The Steam Machine was not Valve's end game goal.
What?
That's my headline there.
Oh my
So
god.
we all know that Valve only made the Steam Machine to compete with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 5 Pro now
Of course.
for the newer model. However, based on what I have seen and what I've seen of the Steam Machine, it's a good little machine. It looks nice. Um, Something I would probably buy if I had enough money for it, but I don't. So there's that.
That's okay.
um, However, my my thing with that is I don't think they were trying to actually promote the console
Really.
because they didn't do much talking about the console itself.
Hmm.
I think what they were trying to do is sell you on Steam OS, which is what
Oh,
the console runs on.
right.
So my thing is, I don't think they were trying to sell you hardware. I think they're actually trying to get you to get their software, which is, I believe, free to download, and you can run it run SteamOS on your PC with little to no issue, and it just works.
I believe. Yeah, it's free.
Okay, so I
By
was right.
open
So
source
yeah,
of Linux distribution, the Arc Linux based. Zero cost to download and install. Officially designed for the Steam Deck and split handheld.
yep.
Fun.
So
Oh,
my question to you though is,
what's up?
okay, do you think that selling hardware like the Steam Machine, for example, or I guess the Steam Deck would be another thing. Do you think selling hardware is a good option to promote your software, or do you think that could just be a waste of money?
It would depend on what the hardware is, for one. That's a very big thing. Two, is it within the price ranges of how you would meet it as when you're selling? Case in point, RAM. We can all agree that RAM has been the biggest topic towards any PC gamer for the longest time. And we know that it's already having its, I would say, it's chaos in the market itself to where the prices have almost doubled for the amount to just get some simple RAM to boost up the computer just a little bit more. Now that you're doing hardware, I hope that it does not fall down that same route. Because I could already see, I could hopefully see some good things coming from it, but also some possible landslide coming from it as well. What's your take?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Again, I think a part of me agrees with that. With the it depends on what you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
As far as hardware goes. However, I don't know. I think if you want to promote software, I think you should run like a demo, like record a demo of it, like
Mm-hmm.
working,
Yeah.
or like um have like a good select few like test your software, stuff like that, and have other people promote it. I I think putting it on e- custom made uh custom made hardware, well, a good idea, which shows that you could put Steam OS on pretty much anything essentially,
Yeah.
and they shoved it in a cube. Um, it it also, I don't know. Granted, it's Steam. They can spend millions of dollars, and fucking Gabe will just buy another yacht and not feel a dent. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
granted, Lord Gaben deserves all the yachts he has. So, which, okay, that this is kind of off topic, but there was a post I saw of this guy who bought Battlefield 6, um and he played over 500 hours of it, right?
Right.
Whatever. Um he was actually able to get a full refund on Battlefield 6. Here's how: because Battlefield is still or EA, first off, fuck EA, but EA is still promoting Battlefield 6 with
EA
three game
Sports
modes
is
that they
in the
don't
game.
have anymore.
Sorry. Go
So they they got rid of three game modes in the game, and on their website they're still promoting it as uh, game modes you can still play.
Oh my.
So by that logic, Steam was able to, even with 500 plus hours played, they still gave him a full refund.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Because we have all. Speaking of EA, I just want to jump on topic for that real quick here. Given the fact of how long that PlayStation has been around, and the amount that they've been networking with these different kind of companies, Activision, Bethesda, EA Sports, what's another one? Um, Ubisoft. I mean, you have all these companies that are there. But, I mean, let me ask, okay, I'm not too knowledgeable about Xbox though, but is Xbox also partnered with these? Or is that just solely a Sony,
Or like what?
just in general? Like with these kind of companies, when it comes to like gaming companies, when it comes with other networking, stuff like that, is that a PlayStation thing? Or is that a Sony thing? Or is it widespread?
It's more widespread.
Widespread.
Because Sony has their own, they have like their own gaming section to make games, and so does Xbox. Xbox has Xbox Game Studios. Sony has PlayStation Studios, I think, right?
I believe, yeah, I
Right.
believe so.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
so it'd be more widespread.
I would say, unfortunately, too, you might end up seeing some downfall. We're already starting to see downfalls with these companies, these gaming
Ubisoft.
companies, as it is. Yeah, but we might, yeah, Ubisoft. I would see though if Xbox was to able to be a little bit more in tune with it, they might lean more towards Xbox than they would over to Sony.
Yeah.
If it starts hitting the downfall like we speculate for the PlayStation 6 and the way that the route of going all digital, but if you have the highest demand on Xbox, those people will go and all those developers will go over there more so than PlayStation.
Yep.
I mean, that's just my take, but you know, you never know. You never know.
True. Yeah, that's the thing with stuff like that. You just never know what happens until that moment, and then shit hits the fan.
Yeah, unfortunately. Uh, yeah. Unfortunately, one big game that I would have to say to put that off to the side real quick is a Battlefront 3. We have not gotten one yet, and I highly doubt that we're gonna get one, even though the demand is definitely there. I don't think Sony wants anything to do with that, and I don't think the company itself or what is it? Not Lucasfilm, something else. Who's the one company that does
EA.
EA? EA is not going to do something like that, and
No,
that's going to be EA's downfall itself. That's why they're starting to hit dead into the water.
they were already in trouble with Battlefront 2. I don't think they're gonna do a Battlefront 3.
No, no, absolutely not, and that makes me sad. That honestly makes me sad.
I think Lucasfilms would have to step in and take Star Wars back and do Battlefront 3 themselves, because I'm pretty sure they did the original um Battlefront 1 and 2, if I'm not
Uh,
mistaken.
the OG, they did the OGs.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Like they did
Yeah,
the
the first
original
ones.
like
Yeah, they
Battlefront
did
1
the
and 2.
first two, and then EA stepped in, and then they took over. So then they basically re rebranded it, repackaged it, remade it, and then now we have the more current, well, not so great Star Wars Battlefront 1, but we have the more current of Battlefront 2. And don't get me wrong, both our games are good and it's fine, but it's nothing like the OG. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah. Also, speaking of companies doing horrible, um, uh, uh Roblox. I want to touch base on that for a second.
Sure, let's talk
Um,
about that. I've been hearing
so
bad things.
oh, you're that heard the that scratching the surface, buddy.
Ooh.
Um, so about I don't know how long ago it was, but Chris Hansen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, um, he decided so on live, right? He was on a live stream with a couple people, and the people gave Chris Hansen a laptop and said, "Hey, create a fresh new account, and I want you to join um this." They're basically showing Chris Hansen like how horrible Roblox has become.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so Chris made an account, a fresh account. He joined one server, and he was banned on stream in less than 5 minutes,
Wow.
all because he existed. He didn't even do
Wow.
anything. So uh, all the allegations that Roblox is basically hiding every single predator on Roblox
Yeah.
and is keeping them quote unquote safe essentially, or like protecting them, basically just made that point harder and made that point more effective and more truthful, because Chris literally was banned in 5 minutes.
See, this is why I do not play Roblox.
I used to play a lot of Roblox, like obviously back before any of this news came out about it, being weird and gross.
Yeah,
Um, there was some pretty fun. There's some pretty fun games on there. Not gonna lie,
there
but
is.
after all that news came out about um, Roblox is protecting predators and um, they're banning everyone who tries to stop them because they're quote unquote infringing on what is it? Infringing on freedom of speech, which not it's not freedom of speech at that point when you're soliciting to a minor.
Yeah, and doing
That's just
that kind of
weird and
stuff.
gross.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's just weird and gross. So yeah, I've stopped playing after all that news came out, but I yeah, it's gone down, and they won't Roblox won't do anything about it because they're still making plenty of money off it because of kids and kids spending money on there.
I tell you what, people
It's
could play instead of Roblox. Hop
what
onto League of Legends.
there you go.
Honestly, you know what? I would honestly, yes, the games could be good, but I would much rather deal on for League of Legends than having to deal on for with Roblox, just given with that fact alone, because League of Legends has way stricter rules than anybody else. Now, granted, most of the stuff is like, you know, it takes a while when you do off reporting and everything like that, but they will do it. And
Right,
they will take your opinions into consideration.
and which is nice. That's kind of what you want to see with a company as big as them.
Exactly.
Um,
Shout out to
and
Riot Game.
Activision, yeah, and Activision has actually taken that step too. Not with the whole, I mean, yes, that part too, but as far as like the banning people and stuff,
Oh
um,
yeah.
they have updated their what you call it, their anti cheat system
Oh.
to where now it will it now has a whole list of verified cheating systems,
Hmm.
and if it even if it detects you hooking up a controller to a different system to try to bypass it, it it'll catch it and
Right.
ban you. It'll
Yep.
not only ban your account, but it'll actually hardware ban you on both systems, which is kind of cool. Um,
Nice.
and I think they said they banned over 70,000. They did over 70,000 hardware bans.
Good.
So I'm like,
They need
thank
to do
God.
that.
And then they said, and I quote, "There's more bans to come in the next season 5 Reloaded coming on the 20th, because that's when
Mhm.
the newer updated system is coming out. So this is gonna be great."
It already sounds promising. It already sounds great. I like. Hmm. So what's our next topic of discussion?
Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 PlayStation 5 ports. And
Let's
I got a bunch of
go.
stuff. I got a bunch of stuff on here for
All
just
right.
this topic alone. First off, the the sales that they did.
Yes.
The Black Ops 1 with 5 million copies sold. Um and Black Ops 2 with over 11 million copies sold.
Sounds about right.
Hell yeah. I'll take that. Um Obviously with a older game, right? You want fresh new servers. Um and this was not all done by Treyarch, by the way. If you guys didn't know, Treyarch did not do any of this. This is all Iron Galaxy. So thank you, Iron Galaxy, for the ports and making this happen. Um, However, there has been a hacker by the name of C isn't sharp. He is back. Well,
Oh no.
back for now. I'm pretty sure he's banned now.
I would think so.
So back in the old days, back in 2012, this C isn't sharp character, this fellow, there was something called infections, right? You would watch a clip in theater mode, and boom, you have mods, you have hacks. Cool. Um, but because PlayStation 5 ports do not have theater mode, C as the sharp had to get a little direct, essentially. So anytime you would join his lobby in a public match, you would get max level instantly, unlock everything, prestige 16, which by the way is not a thing, guys. So it would confuse the game and lock you out of everything.
Oh,
Essentially brick your game.
right.
Iron Galaxy caught wind of this and had to get Treyarch involved.
Oh,
And when you have to get Big Daddy involved, um, you know shit's about to go down.
oh yeah.
So Iron Galaxy was investigating it, um, while in the background Treyarch was trying to unban everyone that was wrongfully banned because the game thought they were cheating. Thankfully, everyone who was wrongfully banned, they got their levels reset back to what they were, um, and everything that was unlocked before is still unlocked. So that's good. That's cool.
There we
Um, and then Iron Galaxy came out and said, "We fixed it. Anyone who was wrongfully banned is now unbanned and has everything restored back to what they were." And they said, however, if if the game detects that you're still trying to use these hacks, basically referencing C isn't sharp,
go. Hmm.
um, if those hacks continue to go on, then your account will be permanently banned, and there will be no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Good.
Don't care.
Good, as it
um,
should be.
and to add the cherry on top of all this, another group of hackers. By the way, these guys are good. So these guys are good. We don't want to out these guys.
Right.
They found out C isn't Sharp's identity, and they completely dox his whole shit. His name,
Wow.
his address, his face. They doxed everything, and they said, "This is the guy who was hacking you guys all these years." And we're like, "Damn, the
Yeah, that's
hacker
pretty
has been
major.
hacked, guys." We're sure that C isn't Sharp isn't on the PlayStation ports anymore. We're sure he's gone now. So, um, servers are fixed. Servers are back. They're clean again.
Good.
Back to the OG.
All good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but no, I want your take on what you think on the um new ports. I guess
You,
old new ports.
you know what? I like it. Well, Ryu says that he blames me. Well, you know what? I probably would blame me too if I'm that good at the game. Wait, what? No, I'm terrible at that game. Oh my god. I honestly would have to say that I like the way that they're going back around a little bit and refreshing all this nostalgia. Like, this is what gaming should be about: is bringing back the old classics and not just leaving them onto the shelf to die. Like, I think that bringing a lot of these old school games is a step up, not a step down. Especially given the fact that the numbers of the sales that literally happened. Let me ask you. Let me piggyback a minute. Those sales, was that within just the first 24 hours, or was that within like a span of like a week?
That was within. When did the ports come out again? Was it? It was mid July, right?
Mid July. I can't say exactly when. I have to double check, but yeah.
So it was from the release to about the beginning of August.
Well, okay, so July 9th is when it hit the PlayStation Store with Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 being available for purchase and download.
Okay. So from the ninth to the beginning of, so the basically the first.
Yeah,
So almost a whole month's worth of, yeah.
I like
And
that.
16 million sales.
Yeah, it may not look a lot to some people, but for us, per copy, that's a lot of copies. That is basically saying that, if we could bring back Black Ops, imagine what else we could bring back. Which is interesting that I bring that up because God of War is coming back, which I like.
Mm.
And, they still have all the other retro games, but one in particular that I would really like to have coming back and everything like that, but obviously they can't make it anymore, is more PlayStation 2 games. One in particular that I really enjoyed having be kind of a thing, but it wasn't really too much of a hype, was the PlayStation All Stars. And
Mm.
essentially what that one is that it's basically Smash, but for PlayStation characters. So it ran around the same principle as you're just using the people like Kratos is in the game, and so you basically would
Right.
have them do melee battles and stuff like that, like you would with Smash Bros. I would like to see something like that come back, which would be kind of fun. Not sure how much hype would that get, I mean, given the fact that people would rather play Smash, but uh, just all the nostalgic games should be able to make a comeback at some point in time. I do like this. I do like this approach. I just hope that they can keep going with it.
I I would but what was I about to say? Um what were we talking about?
We were talking about how Black Ops One and Black Ops Two made its comeback.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So one piece of info that was given, again, this is by a well-known leaker in the Call of Duty community. He's
Mm-hmm.
gotten everything right 99% of the time.
Ooh,
So again, but take this all with a grain of salt still.
of course.
However, there was speculations and rumors going around um of Call of Duty World at War being added to the PlayStation database.
Huh.
So I don't know if that means that they're actually going to go through with it yet. It hasn't been officially added to the PlayStation database,
Right.
but there were talks in the Activision boardroom saying, "Hey, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 ports did well. Should we bring over World at War as well and do the same thing we did with that?"
Mm-hmm.
So they're in talks right now,
Well,
and I
anything is
hope they
good
say
in talk.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So.
I want them to say yes on World at War because World at War, granted, it's an older game, but it was one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up with World at War. I grew up with Black Ops 1. I grew up with the entirety of Black Ops. And I also grew up with Modern Warfare 3. I didn't really play much of MW2. Sorry. Um,
No, don't be sorry. It's
but
fine. I mean,
and then and then obviously Modern Warfare or COD 4, I should say. I played a lot of that. That
yes.
was fun. Um, I did see Game Pass is adding more and more Call of Duties. Um, recent recently they added Vanguard.
I would like to see Advanced Warfare make a comeback and also World War Two. I know those games have like basically hit dead a lot dead into the water just because a lot of the demand was not there and it was kind of like one sided. If you put in new servers, just like you did with Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, I think you might have a potential for a return onto those.
Yeah, well, I think with that though, with Advanced Warfare, they would have to completely since there's already a PlayStation 4 version of it. and that's technically backwards compatible with PlayStation 5.
Hmm.
They would have to completely revamp uh, everything, and um, because I don't know if PlayStation 5 uses the same security protocols as PlayStation 4 does. Because
Uh, I don't believe
I think
so.
PS4 has because I think PS4 has older um, security protocols that it follows, and PlayStation 5 might be a little bit more secure than that. Okay, I
No,
was right. It does. It does not. Yeah.
no, it does not. No, they both use a free a BSD driven sandbox operating system, but it's like two
Mm-hmm.
different things.
Yep.
Because the PlayStation Network account, like the two-step verification and all that, is completely different. Like PS5 uses it a little bit more on a more hardcore kind of base. The PS4 does it a little bit more on a lighter tone.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they
Huh.
were to do that, though, I mean, they would really have to do it. Like, they'd have to sit down
They would have to.
and take their time
Yeah.
at it.
They would have to. They'd have to pull Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. They'd probably have to bring in. Well, they probably bring in Iron Galaxy because fuck, they're doing the greatest so far.
Yeah.
Um. Other than that, that's about all the topics I have. Do you have anything to talk about?
I would. Give me a minute.
While he thinks about that, for those of you watching, hi, how are you? Hope you all are doing well.
Yeah.
Also, I see you. I see you, Ryu. I see you, Ryu. Hi, how are you?
By the way, you guys, today's sponsor for the day, we're going right into ads, but I will say for today's sponsor for the day, you guys can use code GamerRealm to get 10% off of W Energy. It's refreshing and delicious.
Mm, to sell out or not to sell out?
It's your choice.
You're
I'm
normal, Ryu.
normal. Hi, normal.
Same.
I'm gamer. Uh,
I wish I was normal.
yeah, to be normal. Wait, what is that? I'm
To be
anything
normal
but normal.
again.
Hmm?
To be normal again.
The good
I
old days.
crave thee.
I would say, I'd say one of the, you know what? Well, we're still on topic, so we can still go with it. I would say, what other kind of nostalgic games would you like to see besides, Call of Duty in general? Uh, Games
Like
from
nostalgia games
PlayStation, yeah,
brought back.
nostalgic games be brought back into this kind of field if they were able to bring it back. What would you have come back?
Ooh. Okay, I got a few. I got a few.
Okay.
So one would be the um would be the Deadpool game from the 360.
Hmm.
That shit was fire. I wish I still had the game disc. That shit would be worth loads of money right now.
Oh yeah.
Um, let's see. There's a game on 360, and I think it was on the Xbox Live Arcade. It was called Iron Brigade. Um, you essentially piloted this like like this mech thing. Um, and you would go around doing objectives and shit. And pretty much, I think there was a PvP mode in there too, so that was fun. But Iron Brigade. And this is gonna sound really weird, but the other game I want to bring back is A World of Keflings. That game, as weird and as weird as that game sounds, it is honestly a fun game to play with your friends. you essentially are this like god in this world, and you have there's these little people called keflings that serve you essentially, um, and you can basically build up their village and treat them as nice or as mean as you want. Um, you're god, so they can't do anything to you.
Yeah,
Um, but no, that was honestly a fun game.
I would say for mine, it would have to be the old Lord of the Rings games. You had the Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Return of the King, Fellowship of the Ring, and all that. And it was it was it was it was so good. But unfortunately, I mean, I don't know. After 24 years, do you think
Do I think what that they should be brought
that
back?
they could end up possibly being brought back? Because the thing is that
I can see they can do a remaster. Yeah,
you bring a remaster of it. Because I mean, is Stormfront Studios still a thing?
Storefront Studios.
Yeah, Stormfront. They're the developers of the game, of the games. Um, more or less. The
They
Two Towers.
are not. They they got defunct in '08.
Oh man. Okay. Well, then you could probably have somebody bring it back if they're able to bring it back.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings War in the North. What is that? Is that a new thing where they're going to be bringing back the old games, or is that like we're just something like a reprised version of them, but not exactly them? I'm trying to think about what that. But yeah, I would love to play those old school games again. Those were good. Those were good times. Uh, back when playing those games, I had all of them. It was always just so fun. I always remember having Legolas always being a difficult character to play, but Aragorn was always good. He had the sword. Gandalf was always fun to play. Best PS3 game ever. So uncultured. Hey, you know what? Relax. But honestly, I would say though that for those games, things that what they were, I hope they were able. Maybe if they come into some kind of anniversary set kind of ordeal, and somebody says, "Hey, you know what? We're bringing back old school games. What would you like to see?" And then you have like some kind of survey or whatever not, and those end up being the thing there. They'd be like, "Okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and bring those back at the next Lord of the Rings anniversary."
Right. Yeah.
Because when is this anniversary?
For Lord of the Rings, or for
January 25th anniversary. So let's say that if they go into their 30th anniversary, 5 more years, 5 more years to go, but it will be definitely worth it.
yeah.
I mean, if it meant to get, if it really meant to getting those games revamped up, I mean, I wouldn't care. I would immediately hop onto that opportunity. Immediately, I would buy all three, or if it came into like a bundled pack, and it'd be like, you're gonna get all three games into one, because obviously technology has been so advanced at this point to where it's like we could literally pack in all three games and sell it for a good bundle. um, I would 100% do it immediately. Immediately, no questions
Oh
asked.
yeah. See, okay, this is gonna be very controversial, but
Okay,
I am not a fan of Lord of the Rings.
get
I've
out,
never been a fan.
get off the show. Why is that?
I've so okay. I tried to get into it. Okay, I started to watch the first movie, and I don't know why, but maybe it's because I don't like long ass movies. Um, like I can't sit. Well, okay, it depends on the movie, but I think it's because the premise of the movie is just them walking pretty much for half or majority of the movie,
Yeah.
and then occasionally fighting things or occasionally doing something else. I can't get behind that. I don't know why. I just can't sit there and watch people walk
You, but I
for
mean that makes
majority of the
sense.
movie.
But the thing
Right?
is the main premises of the movie is the journey that it takes, and how each event takes place as that journey is going along.
Right. And I can see why people like that. It's just for me, I can't I can't do that.
Let
Like
me ask you a
if
question. When was the last time you watched Lord of the Rings?
um probably like back in like oh
I
seven.
would, I would, I would try and see if you could revisit that. That was 20 years ago. Maybe your mindset has possibly changed.
You know what? If I get 20 gifted subs in the next 20 minutes, I will sit there and rewatch Lord of the Rings.
But will you enjoy it? That's the biggest question.
We'll see. My mind on movies has changed amazingly, so I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, will you like longer movies now than you did when you were younger?
After I watched Infinity War and Endgame, and those
Yes.
were the longest movies I've seen, I guess, at
Those
the
are
time.
very long movies. Yes.
Yeah, I've gotten a better appreciation for longer movies.
Okay.
Um, so maybe I might see Lord of the Rings as like a new light. I guess I should just put it.
Because the story is so good. The concept of it is good. And it's not so much of it's, oh, man, I mean, this is for obviously a later discussion if we wanted to talk about movies. But let's just say, uh, there's a lot of people the controversy. Oh, why didn't they just take the Eagles up there to the mountain, and then they could have just done it there and all that. The problem is that that would have ended the story. That would have ended the story, but then also they were trying to be stealthy because if they went in there immediately, they would have already met their doom because Sauron was already searching for them. They would have been exposed at that point. They would have known that they were already sought out to destroy the ring. So it would have been, yes, it would have been quick. The problem is that that already gets rid of the ultimate disguise of trying to be stealthy. They didn't know, Sauron in the movie did not know where they were. He just knew that the ring was close, but wasn't able to pinpoint it until after. So, um, I would definitely look into that. I would suggest one of these times you sit down and write notes if you have to or whatever and think about it and you're like, this makes lots of sense. Because mind you, the stories in the books are much different than the movie. A lot more.
Right, and I mean, yeah, that's the same thing with like Harry Potter. Like you read the Harry Potter books, it's one thing, but then you go and sit and watch the movies, and your perception of them is gonna be completely different. And a lot of the things in the book are different than what the movie actually depicted.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but that would be that actually, if anything, that'd be another fun topic to talk about is, uh, movie culture and the way that
Yeah.
movies end up, differentiating between the books to the actual live action or the live screening, and then uh, what is good, what is bad, sequels and whatnot, and then we could go through a whole genre if we wanted to, or pick genres at a time or whatever would be good. That's another discussion for
Oh yeah.
another
Yeah.
time.
Um. But yeah, no, my offer still stands. 20 gifted subs, and I will sit down and watch Lord of the Rings
All right, here to
or
hear, folks.
rewatch
You
it. I
guys
guess or
get
retry it.
20 gifted subs, and he's gonna retry Lord of the Rings, and he's gonna watch all of them, and he's gonna sit there and he's gonna like it, whether or not you can strap him to the chair with his eyes bulged open and everything like that. Sit there and enjoy it. He's not allowed to
Exactly.
move. He has to watch them.
I will sit there for I don't even know how long Lord of the Rings is.
So, Lord of the Rings are roughly about 3 hours each.
Okay.
Not too entirely bad. Unlike most films who are like, oh my god, it's so long. These ones are long, they're lengthy, but they're worth the length of their. They're like three, dude, three. Listen, now you're making
But yeah, 20 gifted subs, I'll watch it. 30 gifted subs, I'll do a watch party for it.
nice. So basically, the whole trilogy is 9 hours and 18 minutes. First movie is
Okay.
2 hours and 58 minutes. Like I said, it's roughly 3 hours. The Two Towers is 2 hours and 59 minutes. We'll just get the rough estimate out of the way. It's 3 hours. Uh, the Return of the King, the last one, is roughly 3 hours and 21 minutes.
Mm.
That's why they're so lengthy. But it's all good.
And to actually put that into perspective, Avengers Endgame was 2 hours and 15 minutes of movie and about 12 to 13 minutes of credits. So yeah, about the same time.
Yeah, it would be about that much. I think you
God,
could last.
I just saw a question on there about Endgame. Again, this was before Endgame came out. Someone asked, "Is this really going to be 4 hours long?" Like everyone was predicting,
I
and
mean,
thank God
that's
it
what
wasn't
they
four
are
hours.
saying because now they're starting to make movies much more longer, but they don't want to do it too much to the 4 hour mark to try and drag people along with it. But
Oh
they
yeah.
are lengthy. They are lengthy movies for sure.
So to I guess hold on, let me look this up really quick. The
Sure.
length of this movie. So Spider-Man Brand New Day, the total runtime with the movie plus, the rolling credits and shit like that, um, is 2.5 hours. So
That's
which
not bad.
I think between 2 and 3 hours is a pretty good time for a movie
Yeah,
because it's enough time for you to actually sit there and enjoy it, and it, if done right, it allows you to appreciate the scenes more.
of
I
course.
guess. Um, I'm scared about how long Avengers Doomsday is gonna be. Because if
Yeah,
Infinity or if Endgame was almost 3 hours long, Doomsday, you're incorporating X-Men characters, you're incorporating Avengers characters, the new Avengers characters, you're incorporating probably old characters, new characters that probably haven't been introduced yet but are coming in there. You're everyone, everyone's gonna be there.
so as it stands up right now, the speculated length onto that, so they say, is supposed to end up being a 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay, so
However,
it's but
however,
Endgame.
however, however, earlier viral people have actually speculated that thing to be 3 and 3/4 hours, almost 4 hours worth of length. And you know what? It wouldn't even surprise me if it was that long.
That is true. If that movie's a 4 hour long movie, honestly, I mean, fuck, I'm a Marvel nerd, so I might sit there and watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
Um, I like Marvel. I love Marvel. Um, especially now that they're coming back with like banger movies like the new Fantastic Four that came out. Um, that movie was fucking amazing. Spider Man Brand New Day. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I recommend go watching it. It is amazing. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Obviously, the movie just fucking came out,
of
so
course.
I'm not saying anything about it. Um, but yeah, I recommend watching Brand New Day. Doomsday is coming out literally in it is August right now, so in 4 months.
4 months.
In 4 months, it's gonna come out December. Oh God, this is gonna be. I'm scared. Well, okay, you can't tell me that you wouldn't be scared as well if you watched the trailer and saw Doctor Doom, the man himself, block Stormbreaker, the strongest fucking axe known in Asgard, with two fucking fingers without flinching, and
You know
said that
what?
was
That
nothing.
that okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That is just the tip of the iceberg as to what is Doom capable of with doing.
Oh yeah, he, uh, yeah,
He
he's capable of a
basically
lot of things.
he could dog walk Thanos because Thanos is just a scrub compared to him.
Oh yeah, for a guy who wiped half the universe,
Yeah,
that's like nothing. That's like child's play.
of course. He just laughs at that. He's like, huh, it took you that long to do that. I've done that and then more. Yeah.
Yeah, which this movie, and plus they're already basically guessing, because Marvel teased um his quote unquote witches or whatever, like his followers.
Right.
Um, they teased what they look like with the masks on, and everyone's already speculating they might be.
Mm,
I saw Scarlet Witch being a guess as one of them, Doctor Strange being one of them, his own mother being one of them. Like, there's a bunch of, just because of how the masks look on them, like it represents kind of who they are.
right.
The one they guessed Strange. The mask has like a third circle on the where the forehead is, almost looking like a third eye.
Oh,
And if you guys have seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, this should not be spoiling it because the movie's been out for so long now. You guys should have seen it by now.
of course.
But um during one of the end credit scenes, Doctor Strange has a third eye.
Mm,
So that's why people are speculating it's Doctor Strange. I don't know. I'm excited for this movie though.
yeah. I mean, we could. you know what? That could be another topic for another time to do about that. Talk about movies. For
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
sure. um, I have nothing else to say here with regards towards PlayStation except just stop messing up the game and please do not go digital. You're gonna lose a lot of your fan base. I mean, you already are, but you're gonna lose even more of them to Xbox. Literally, your competition.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, I guess it would be good to go ahead and call it here. That. Thank you for joining Fish to the show. I highly appreciate that. Looking forward to having you join into the next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess at this time we'd be good to go ahead and sign off here. And then I'm pretty much going to go ahead and raid off. That my
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna rate off on my end too.
wonderful. All right. Well, till then, everybody, enjoy your rest of your days, and hopefully, if you like PlayStation, good. Hopefully, it treats you good. But more or less likely, Xbox seems to be the obvious choice, and as well as PC gaming seems to be going on forever.
Yep.
All right. Well, that will be it. We're signing off. Take care, everybody, and have a good.
Yes. And to those of you on my end, we're gonna be rating off here shortly. Um, we're gonna raid into eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm gonna raid into you. All right.
Eeny, meeny,
Um,
miny, mo. I'm gonna raid into Avira. Unless you did that
I
too.
chosen differently. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
There's my raid message, guys. If you guys copy that, there'd be my raid message here. Um, wait a minute.
And here be my
Yes.
read message here. If you guys,
Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. For the talks again. Thank you, gamer, for having me on stuff like that.
oh, absolutely.
Um, and yeah, we're gonna get this raid a pop in. Um, Again, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys hopefully next week. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see.
Take care, buddy.
And take care, everyone. And I'll see you guys soon. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Woo!
Bye.